thank you for joining us on this very special stream.
Yes, and just a very quick rundown before we get into it for those who your computer said you shall not
exactly.
Yep, pretty much. Hey Jennifer. So this is a horror puzzle game. We initially did The Room 2 in August or September of last year, I think, or maybe before then. But it's been a minute. It's been a minute, and I don't even know why we started off with the second one. But
it's the one that we had at the time.
Yeah, that's hi Brenda. But
welcome.
But we are finally doing the first room game.
Yes.
And excited to see what it has to offer.
And this is a very special stream for two reasons. Yes. The first of which is it is our 3rd year anniversary doing this podcast now.
Yay! Can't believe it's been 3 years.
I can't either, honestly.
Yeah.
And also, this is the last live stream you guys will see me on for a few months. I am going on maternity leave. We have recorded a huge load of episodes for the recordings that come out weekly for our reviews. So there will be no break for you guys as far as those go. But Alyssa will be doing some different stuff for the live stream.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I am drinking the Twinings herbal tea, the honey bush mandarin and orange tea.
That sounds good.
Yes. It's got honey bush, natural orange, and mandarin flavors. And I also put cinnamon, honey, and lemon in my tea because of my cold. So yay.
Yeah. Mom voice is the best. So I was going to drink some cinnamon tea, but we were out. So I am back to my Bigelow Mint Medley herbal tea, my good old fallback.
No surprise there.
And, it's got peppermint leaves, spearmint leaves, rose hips, lemon peel, and hibiscus. Small confession, I'm also battling some reflux and heartburn, which is kind of a daily thing lately. But we're almost to the finish line. So I will be alternating between tea and some sparkling. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the game, shall we?
Let's do this.
Right.
I'm so excited. It's like knowing
the other one was so much fun, so.
Mm-hmm. Well, and then knowing the lore from the last game, I'm excited to know how it connects to this one. But this is a lot more chill of a game, despite it being horror. But it's nice to change things up a bit.
Okay. You came. I knew your curiosity would get the better of you. Please excuse the mess. My housekeeper abandoned me shortly after the rest of the world. The answers you seek are inside this box, along with something else. Something they said could never be built. It is the only one in existence, and it is the key to incomprehensible power. This safe was constructed to keep it from lesser minds. I have every faith in you solving its mysteries. You always were the smart one. With the enclosed key, I gift you one parting favor. Keep this eyepiece with you always. Without it, you are as blind as the rest. The stakes are higher than you could possibly imagine. Oh, do I have to drag it? I guess I do. Whee! Feed me and I shall survive. Give me drink and I shall die. Okay. Perhaps something's missing, it said.
Lead a
Okay.
lens.
Well, can I... What? Okay. Fire, earth, water. Another weird keyhole. And I can't, like, go into this and look. It does the same thing if I left click or right click. That's great. Cool.
I don't know if it's because we're lower quality since we're smaller, but the green screen is actually doing a pretty decent job this time.
Yeah.
But my actual green screen will be coming in next Friday, so it'll be nice to be able to use it.
Aha.
Oh.
That made sense anyway, so. Feed me and I shall thrive. Give me drink and I shall die.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No, really?
Hey, Keith. Thank you for wishing us a happy 3-year anniversary. It doesn't feel like 3 years.
It really doesn't.
Well, I think it's funny how, like, I guess while I can, while you're doing puzzles, I can talk about the history of whole movie T. So,
I got a wrench.
For like a good, I want to say like couple of years, me and Jess, we'd like every time we'd hang out, we'd watch like a horror movie or two, and we just loved talking about them, and we'd always make the comment like we should do something, like do a podcast, do YouTube, whatever. And I was like, if we do this, I want to do this, you know, the best that we can starting off. And so I had put a omnidirectional microphone. It's like a blue, it wasn't a blue Yeti, it was like the blue like snowball.
Snowball.
Yeah. Where it has a mic on each end, but it's like one thing. And I got it for Christmas, and I was like, this is our moment. This is when we're going to start doing the podcast. And hey, Sidebot. And so that night, well, it's like, I think if I remember right, I think I kept forgetting to bring it, or there's something delaying us, but finally brought over the mic. We recorded it that night, and that very night I uploaded the episode onto Podbean. And without like balancing the sound, not editing it, no nothing. I'm like, if we're doing this, we're just going to do it. And so, but in a lot of ways, I'm glad that I did that, because I'm such a perfectionist that I feel like if I hadn't have done that, then the podcast may not have started.
There it is. It was blending.
Because it's like, you know, it's better to start with imperfections and work on progression versus working on perfection in the beginning. Ooh, that's cool.
Get back out. I can't back out. I have concerns.
Uh-oh.
Stop it.
But, and it's so funny. We did, I think, like 3 episodes before the pandemic hit.
Yeah, 3 or 4. And then everything went into lockdown.
Yeah, so like a lot of our quirks that we got with the podcast was from recording it online. And it was actually pretty difficult to transition to in person because we're like, well, what do we do? And that's when we modified like what mics we had. And, but it's been a very rewarding journey. And it's encouraging that we continue to grow. Let's see. Saibot is asking, have you played Locked in Mind? We have not. I actually, have you heard of that game, Jess?
I have not.
I haven't either.
I'm guessing this needs to be. Oh, it won't let me turn it. Yeah, well, okay.
Keith said, that's fair. It's better to improve as you go along. Just test the waters at first. It was similar with you or with me. Well, that's good. Yeah, I do feel like so many like podcasters, YouTubers are like people that are like have passion projects or are successful or whatever. They tend to be like, we're just going to do this. Like they don't worry about the perfecting it before diving in. Because I feel like perfectionism in a lot of ways can hold a person back, unfortunately.
A free game, it looks like.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to look that up. So I guess the moral of the story is, if there's something you have been sitting on, either go with the equipment that you have and get started, or buy the most expensive, the cheapest, most expensive, like, what am I trying to say? The best quality, cheapest equipment you can find. There you go. Thank you. I can't think. And just get started. Just do it. Because I feel like every podcaster, every YouTuber that's inexperienced.
Whoa.
Ooh, that's cool. Whenever you go and look at your original stuff, it's just complete and utter cringe. Like, you're not going to like it no matter what. So it's like, might as well like dive in and get better as you go. And I mean, me and Jess are still like improving as we go. Like every single recording session, we're just constantly striving to improve.
Sorry, I'm already lost in it.
No, you're good. I just realized, Jess, do we have any hoodies for our Teespring, or is it just shirts?
I think we might have one or two.
Because that's like, if we don't have some hoodies in our Teespring, we really should make some. Even if it's like a Women of Convenience or a line that we already have out. Hoodies are nice and comfy. Hey, 10003. Quite the name. At least I love the usernames that's like user 100100, like something like really long, and you're like, oh my god, like I'm just going to.
Those always make me want to look them up.
See what they mean.
Yes.
Sometimes people just do random numbers.
Yeah. All right, so February 11th, my research continues at a snail's pace with these barbaric instruments. I can barely read anything at all, but there is something there. Between earth and fire, between water and air. I cannot see it, but I can see its presence. Like the shadow of the object without substance, yet betraying the shape and form of that which casts it. It is the final element, null. It brings meaning to the rest, just as all the numbers of the world are meaningless without their zero. The circle are petty fools, okay, blinded by their dark arts and their greed. Alchemy is not the pursuit of callow gold, it is the pursuit of this. Sounds very judgy.
We're going to have to make a list apparently because Cybot says we should play Escape the Backrooms, which that I have heard of.
I have heard of that, and I have seen a couple of those. There's a few different ones.
I like how trippy and yet terrifying they
Yes.
can be.
Okay, so this is used to like wind a clock.
One day.
This spins somehow. Ah. Yes.
Ooh. A miniature
okay.
telescope. Oh man, my humidifier ran out of water.
Oh no.
The lemon and honey definitely helps. Like, I've never been one for drinking. Like, ironically,
Ooh.
I've never been one to drink honey and lemon tea when I'm sick. But gotta say, I'm a believer now.
Does this not look like where I could put the key?
No, dry throat. Yes, Phantom. I like, once the cold hit Texas, I've been keeping track of the humidity, and it's gotten down to like 30% humidity. But like now in my room with the humidifier, it's gone up to 48. I'm just like, but it's like I can tell, like my skin and my sinuses just prefer to get as close to 60 as possible. And so my body's like, I hate you. Yeah, these games, we played The Room 2. I really need to look up when we played The Room 2. But for some reason, we started off with The Room 2 first last year. And I mean, as soon as Jess finished the game, we both were like, we've got to play the rest in the series. And so we've finally gotten to it. But yeah, it's a really chill game series, but at the same time, like, they're good at having like a creepy atmosphere. Of course, it's always different when you're watching versus like playing. So, Jess, would you say that like when you're playing the game, it feels ominous?
A little. There's a little bit of an ominous atmosphere to it.
First evil laugh of the night probably won't be the last. Nope.
But I love puzzles, so I found a turny thing.
Ah. Yeah, there's a murder mystery game that we will someday stream. Eventually. We want to kind of wait long enough to where me and Jess like both kind of forget a lot of the steps, and we want chat to be able to vote on the decisions. But anyways, it's a movie called Contradictions. It's by the same developer that did At Dead of Night, and I got Jess that game for her birthday, and she she played it and beat it by the next day after I bought it for her. I'm like, man, make it last.
No.
You were just like
you
so
gave
sucked
me a
in.
puzzle. I needed to solve it.
I love watching you play puzzle games too, especially like watching you play Contradictions since I was already like a little over halfway through the game. It was fun seeing like if the connections you made were the same connections that I made.
Yeah.
But we will stream that one. We just want to have a little bit. Ooh, sorry. We just want to have a little bit larger of a chat because we want to have people be able to vote on what questions we should ask. So that is in the future, but not quite yet. Ooh, nice. Let's see.
Okay. So this is yet another thing that should logically fit in this hole.
Okay, so the Room 2, we streamed that on July 2nd. So it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Oh, yeah. Okay. The first one was June. Second one was July when you beat it.
With it,
like, oh my God. There is a co-op puzzle game. What's it called again? Separation?
Something like that? I don't know.
I think it's called Separation. But it's like you're two different like elemental people and you can't... There's like a barrier between
Degrees of separation.
Degrees of separation. There we go. Thank you.
There's been a few games we've looked at. I needed some context.
Oh, sorry. I meant one that we actually like played. But
Okay.
But there's like a barrier between you, so you can't like touch at all. But it's like you have to solve puzzles together. And I was driving Jess up a wall.
God, yes.
Like it wasn't just me. It wasn't necessarily me being bad at the puzzle. It was me being bad at platforming, which
Yes.
I love platforming games, so I am absolutely horrendous at them. Like if you want to see me be very like play a game like terribly, just have me play a platform game.
She's just driving me nuts too with directions.
Which is ironic because it's like I grew up playing, I think, mostly platformer games, and I'm just terrible at them.
Yes, there we go. I did a thing. Okay, so this goes here. Clearly.
If it was a horror game, I would probably have us play it together so that way the chat could see the rage. But
Well, they saw a little bit of it when we were doing We Were Here Too.
I was laughing my butt off when I was editing that because you just see me
God.
dancing around in your view. I'm like, man, I know I look like such an idiot.
Yes. Yes.
Oh.
And I was about to have an aneurysm. Because there's nothing I can do. All I can do is give you the directions.
Well, plus I think
for the complete opposite way of the directions.
Well, plus I feel like our description of things is like slightly different. So you're describing it one way, and I thought of it as a completely different way. So we had that like, it's like we're similar in a lot of ways, but it's like we do have like mental disconnects like that. It's just like, oh my God.
Yes.
Memories. Yes.
Yes. So February 11th, my research continues at a snail pace. Wait, didn't I already read this? I read this.
Oh, yeah.
And I called them judgy.
Yeah, because that was in a book.
Yes.
So it's another version of the note?
Yes. Rude. Oh. Don't make me think there's another thing here.
I'm gonna
when it's the same damn thing.
Hoodie.
How rude. Well, can I... Thank you. I would like to open this. Ah ha ha ha. I found the windy thing.